Chilaka, it's good to have you. What emerging voter behavior trends have been observed in this by-elections, particularly regarding voter turnout and party loyalty?
Well, with the fact that we have refused to take a second look at the Electoral Acts, which a lot of people have been calling for, and the fact that there's this voters' apathy, coupled with the fact that there is so much poverty in the land, you wouldn't expect anything good from any election conducted by this present INEC that is led by what's his name again? The INEC chairman himself. We need to have a system that allows us to have a free and fair election. We need to have that. And that's what everybody's calling for, a review of the electoral laws, so that we know at what point where the results will be announced and who to be held responsible. But this idea of INEC always shifting the goalpost once the match has started is the reason why we're having all these problems with our elections.
Now, let me quickly bring in one of the members of the ADC, and that's Adnan. He joins me live. Adnan is a member of the ADC. Adnan, it's good to have you come on. Now, your party claims that democracy is declining under President Tinubu. Can you specify which democratic institutions or processes have eroded under his administration? Adnan, can you hear me? Unfortunately, your device is loud and clear. Go ahead. Yes, please go ahead.
Can you get me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
It's very unfortunate that the recent by-election across some 12 states of the Federation has taken place, and it is very, very unfortunate that the election has been manipulated by, by rigging, by intimidation, and by so many irregularities which will render the election not credible. So I think the APC and the government of President Bola Tinubu has failed. We all thought that the election is going to be a measure of the 2027 election, whereby people will have confidence that the government and the Independent National Electoral Commission will conduct a free and fairest election that will give them hope and confidence that the 2027 election is going to also be credible, as we have seen in the recent by-election. But it's very unfortunate here in Kano, the election has taken place in 2 constituencies, but there was so many irregularities. There was manipulation, there was rigging, there was voter harassment, voter intimidation, and what have you. And if you look at it from the other angle, you will see that all the winners of the election are members of the All Progressive Congress. So the APC does not have the moral ground to even talk that they have won that election because of the irregularities that took place. We thought that the president will do more, that there is the need for him to do more, as the publicity secretary just recently called on him. There's the need of him to do more and ensure that there is credible and fair election in the country. But the recent by-election is in no way close to being credible, and it's in no way giving hope to Nigerians that the 2027 election is going to be that credible. So I think the government has failed, and the Independent National Electoral Commission has failed. They should review their strategy. They should review their everything with regards to the conduct of election.
The buzzword here seems to be a review, especially now that the by-elections are concluded and we're seeing all that has played out on Saturday and even afterwards with the announcement of the results, as opposition leaders as well as observers have also said that there were lots of irregularities with the by-elections. Besides just reviews, what do these elections reveal about the current strength and internal cohesion of the APC, the PDP, and even the emerging third forces? This is for you, Mr. Chilaka.
So it's common for us to throw blames at APC, throw blames at INEC, but the people need to take a large chunk of the blame. The people have failed to realize that when you sell your conscience, when you sell your vote, you are not helping to build this country. You are not. So the problem, we could look at institutions that are not working, yes, but what are the people themselves doing to hold these institutions accountable? What are they doing? We've heard so much about vote buying. We heard that people were arrested with so much cash. The question is, who will prosecute them? Who are selling the votes? Who are the people? Who are the buyers and who are the sellers? It's the Nigerian people. So I believe that what has played out is the fact that there's so much hunger, there's so much poverty, and people are not thinking out of the box. People just believe, oh, let me just take what I can take for now to be happy. I don't care what happens tomorrow. And this is a very wrong step for us in this country. The people must realize that power belongs to them and that how they use it for the greater good of Nigeria is what matters, not individual and selfish ways. So the problem is a rounded problem, not only on the doors of APC and INEC, but also on the doors of the Nigerian people. The people are selling themselves short of what they should have. They are the ones voting in or selling their votes to voting people who are not credible. People cannot give them the dividends of democracy. So that is where the problem lies. The people need to be educated, just as we want to have changes in the Electoral Act. We want to have a government. I'm shocked that we have a president who believes that he fought for democracy, and yet under his watch, democracy is going further down the grave.
Adnan, do you also think that the people bear a certain level of blame in what we're seeing with our elections, especially with the by-elections?
I don't believe in what he has just said, because it is in the saying of the late Nobel novelist Chinua Achebe that the failure of this country is what's happening in the country is as a result of the failure of leadership. You are saying that people should be blamed for not voting for, credible leaders that will take them out of poverty, this and that. Are there not these leaders that have promised people that they are going to get them out of poverty? So I don't think that it is the fault of the people, because the government has the responsibility of providing people with basic amenities, have the responsibility of providing people with job opportunities, etc. But saying that it is the people that are going to be blamed for for a problem that the government have plunged them in, it's not necessary here. Because if you look at it, you will look at that the people are in abject poverty. There's unemployment. There is this and that. All form of hardship Nigerians are facing it today. So the government has the responsibility of providing that and ensuring that the people are having a very good welfare. But the government has failed in doing that. So when people did not have enough food to eat, when people are hungry, they don't have any option than to collect money to vote. That is a very big problem. So until and unless that our leaders understand that they have a responsibility to provide people with their basic needs, they have a responsibility to provide people with basic amenities and what have you, then that is the time that we are going to get out of our present predicament. But the issue of that, this issue of poverty and all that, is just a problem. The government campaign, they made promises that they are going to provide people with food, they are going to provide people with so many things. So there's no any reason that the government, after failing to provide this, that the government will shift the blame on the people.
Adnan.
So it's very, very important.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, as we're talking about positions, let's also look at the ADC in all of this as well. ADC has been described time and time again as a party, or the coalition is an association of unlikely bedfellows. Do you think that they are any different from the politicians that we see today in terms of the change that you speak of?
I think there's difference, because this is a group of people that believe that the group of people in the ADC are a group of people that believe that things are not going well in the country. They were part of the PDP and they were part of the APC, but they have realized their mistakes, that the APC has failed Nigerians, the PDP has failed Nigerians, and despite all efforts to draw the attention of the government, previous government and the current government, and the past governments, they have failed in addressing the present predicaments facing the country today. So the ADC has come to provide Nigerians with their needs. They have come to provide an alternative for Nigerians at a time whereby there is no any credible opposition in the country. As we know, during the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, it was the PDP that was playing the opposition. But as I'm speaking to you now, the PDP has failed to provide a credible opposition to the government of President Bola Tinubu. And this is happening because that most of them, are aligning with his government. They are aligning with the policies of President Bola Tinubu. Therefore, the PDP is not an option. Most of the people that they come to the ADC have no option because that the PDP and other political parties has failed to provide a credible alternative, a credible opposition that will checkmate the administration of President Bola. As you can see now, the ADC is doing the needful. It is checkmating the policy of President Bola Tinubu in and out. And that is why our publicity secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, is all over. Nobody is even talking about that the PDP, nobody is even talking about other political parties.
All right. Well, Adnan, I must say thank you, as well as Mr. Francis Chilaka. Clearly, we wait to see what 2027 will look like. I wish there was enough time to also talk about the beavers as well, because we saw cases where the beavers failed to identify voters via the facial recognition technology. Well, we will get to that in our source game bulletins, but I must say thank you, Francis Chilaka, as a public affairs analyst, as well as Adnan Adams, who is a member of the ADC.